I think you know what this means. Hey everyone, it's Mark. I'm here to help you take control of your life through personal development, smart money habits, and entrepreneurship. If those things sound good to you, then please let me know by clicking the like and subscribe buttons down below. Now, let's talk about the 5 top credit cards for beginners in 2020, especially for those of you who are interested most in cashback. Now, to make sure that we get off to the right foot forward here, I want to address all of you first really quickly if you have no credit file whatsoever. Basically, you're brand new to the credit card game, you have no FICO score built up, and this is your first time into the world of credit. So if that's your case, make sure you apply for a secured credit card first. Basically, a secured card is you buying a credit card limit for yourself. So when you apply for a secured card, let's say you put down a deposit of $300 or $500 or even maybe $1,000 if you have that cash available. You give that money to the bank and they will give you a credit card, a secured card, for that same amount of money as your credit card limit. And that's a great way to start building credit for the first time because it allows you to show responsibility with a credit card, making those on-time payments, not going above your limit, all the responsible things that banks do want to see with their customers. But it puts the banks at ease because they're no longer at risk. If you rack up a huge balance and you can't pay it off, they have your deposit so they can use your money, pay off the card, close the account. Now, during the first 6 months to a year is the most critical time for you to build solid credit and get that foundation in place. And after that period, you might be automatically selected to move from the secured credit card to an unsecured credit card, which is basically a normal credit card. Now, when that happens, yes, you will get your deposit back, and then you'll have an unsecured line of credit that you can use like a normal credit card going forward. So in terms of the secured credit cards, a lot of the major banks issue them. I recommend working with Discover. The Discover It secured credit card is incredible as a great way to start because unlike a lot of the other competitors, they don't charge an annual fee. You'll also earn rewards, which is very rare when you have a secured credit card. With the Discover It secured credit card, you can earn 2% cash back on gas stations and restaurants and 1% everywhere else. Now, Discover does not typically offer any upfront sign-up bonuses with their card products, no matter if it's secured or unsecured, but they do something very special instead. So for all the cash back you earn in your first year, they will match it. So in other words, if you earn $300 of cash in your first year of the card, they will actually give you another $300. So you have $600 of cash back in your pocket in the first year. Now with that said, let's move into the top 5 cashback credit cards for beginners. We'll start with the Discover It Cashback Credit Card. This card allows you to earn 5% cash back in rotating categories every single quarter. So for example, January, February, March, quarter 1 of the year, you'll earn 5% in a designated category or categories. That will then switch to a new category beginning quarter 2 and every other quarter that follows. So to give you a taste of this, I'll put the calendar up on the screen so you can see those different categories as they rotate. In quarter 1, which is obviously already passed, it was 5% cash back in grocery stores, Walgreens, and CVS. Quarter 2 was gas stations, Uber, Lyft, wholesale clubs. Quarter 3 was restaurants and PayPal. And then quarter 4 is going to be Amazon.com, Walmart.com, and Target.com. And the only limit here that you have to be aware of is they can spend up to $1,500 in each of these quarters. So for example, January through March, where it was grocery stores, Walgreens, and CVS, you can spend $1,500 earning that 5% cash back. In other words, a maximum of $75. And then after that, it will go to 1% for the rest of the quarter. So no matter which quarter you're in, you can earn up to $75 at that 5% rate, and then continue earning even beyond that point at 1%. Now, I don't know about you guys, but seeing all those categories on the screen and they rotate every quarter, so even if one isn't super advantageous for you, there's bound to be another quarter with tons of categories that work best for your spending habits. And being able to earn 5% on all those different categories throughout each year is basically like being slapped in the face by a huge stack of $100 bills. I mean, seriously. Discover will also match all of that cash back you earn in your first year. So if you pick up, let's say $600 of cash back in all those categories throughout the first year, Discover will then take that $600 and turn it into $1,200. So whatever you spend, whatever you earn in your first year, it is going to be doubled just like that. Double slap. This card also comes with 0% APR for a certain period of time. And at the making of this video right now, it's 14 months. So a little over a full year. And I know I'm making this video during the health pandemic that we're all dealing with right now. So you've got to carry a balance for a certain period of time. Having the ability to do so at no interest is a huge advantage. And there's one more little cool perk here. You can actually choose the card design that you like most. So I chose the black design with the initials. My legal first name is actually Jeffrey, so it's Jeffrey Mark Reese. So JR got on the front of the card with a little kind of like holographic Discover logo at the bottom. Pretty cool how they put all the numbers and the expiration date and all that stuff on the back. Keeps it very clean. But there are dozens of different card designs that you can choose from to find one that suits your personality. Card number 2 is the Chase Freedom Credit Card. This card typically has about $150 to $200 sign-up bonus right up front. And right now, there's a very special promotion going on. So not only do you earn $200 of cash back right up front when you meet the minimum spend requirement, but Chase is giving you the ability to earn 5% cash back in grocery stores up to $12,000 of spend within the first year of your card membership. So first of all, $200 sign-up bonus up front. Second, earning 5% cash back on up to 12 grand of spend at supermarkets across your entire first year, which is $600. Total combined, you can earn up to $800 off of this card in your first year. And by the way, there's no annual fee. So that's all profit. I think you know what this means. Just like the Discover card, this one also earns 5% cash back in rotating categories throughout the year. Now I'll put the calendar up on the screen for you to see as well. So in quarter 1, the categories were gas stations, internet, cable, and phone, select streaming services. Then in quarter 2, we had grocery stores, fitness clubs, and gym memberships, and select streaming services again. In quarter 3, we've got Amazon.com and Whole Foods. And quarter 4 has not yet been released. This card actually issues you points, but that are best used for cash back. So 1 point is equal to 1 cent or 1 penny. So when you have 10,000 points, it's actually $100. This card also comes with a 0% introductory APR. So if you have to carry a balance during this time right now, you can do so and pay no interest. Next up is the Citi Double Cash Card. This card is awesome for its simplicity. There's no categories, there's no rotational quarterly things. It's just a flat 2% cash back. Now the way you earn that is you get 1% cash back up front when you make the purchase on the card, and then once you pay the balance off, you'll earn your second 1%. There's also no annual fee, and if you need to carry a balance during this time, there's a 0% APR offer for 18 months. Fourth up on the list is the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa Signature Card. Yes, that card name is 6 words long, and yes, it is a metal credit card. Now to get this card, make sure you have an Amazon Prime account first. So once you've signed up for Prime, then go ahead and submit your application for this card. It is awesome. If you spend a lot of money on Amazon, 5% cash back, and Whole Foods, also 5% cash back. There's also a strong 2% cashback category that covers things like gas, restaurants, and drugstores. You also earn 1% cashback everywhere else, again with no annual fee. Now this cashback is issued to you in the form of points, each point being worth 1 penny. So if you have 10,000 points, that's worth $100. As a small tip to you, rather than going to Chase's website directly and applying for the Amazon Prime card, you might want to go to Amazon.com first, pretend like you're shopping, and look out for a banner ad or some sort of little picture of the card somewhere there. Because if you apply going through Amazon.com's landing page first, there's typically a small sign-up bonus that you can get in the form of an Amazon gift card. It might be $50 to $75, and that Amazon gift card will be added to your Amazon account so that way you can use it on your next shopping experience. We made it to the last card on the list, number 5. It just came out about a month ago, and I'm so excited about it. It's so great, very rewarding, and again, it's one of those no-fee cards. I don't have it yet, it's brand new, but it is on my radar, and it's one of the cards I want to get most next. I went on to Google, I found an image, I printed it out, so here's the paper version of the card. It's the US Bank Altitude Go card. Now, if you get this card, it will not be made out of paper. It's actually a metal card, which is pretty surprising for a no annual fee card. The Amazon was another one of those examples, but of course, metal, it's nice, it's cool, it's fun to hold and all that, but that adds no value. The real value of the card here is what it actually offers to you in terms of money in your pocket. Take a look at the screen here. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of all these awesome perks. starting with the initial sign-up bonus. So when you first get started, you got the card open, brand new, you get up to $200 in your pocket. So all you gotta do is spend $1,000 in the first 90 days and you'll get 20,000 points. Now, just like the Freedom card that we talked about earlier, the points are best used for cash back. They're a penny each. So 20,000 points is simply $200 of cash back. The points never expire, so if you're not ready to use them yet, no problem at all. But that's a nice $200 to start out with. And then as you continue to use the card for your everyday spend, you'll earn way more, way faster. So we'll look down here, 4x points. I'm gonna say this in terms of cashback because again, this is like 1 point is 1 penny, so we'll just say these in cashback terms. It's 4% cashback on takeout, food delivery, and dining. 2% cash back at grocery stores, grocery delivery, streaming services, and gas stations. 1% cash back on everything else. There is no annual fee on this card. It gives you a no interest period for 12 months. So again, if you have to carry a balance right now, perhaps you were furloughed, unemployed, whatever it may be, because I know, again, we're going through the whole health pandemic. So for those of you who are in this little temporary limbo stage, that is very, very helpful. And there's a streaming bonus. So $15 credit for annual streaming services purchased like Netflix, Spotify, and a bunch of others that also work. So stop for a moment and just think about what we just went over. This card costs nothing. There's no annual fee at all, but it gives you $200 just to get the card and put a little bit of initial spend on it. You'll then get 4% cash back on all dining purchases on the card, 2% back on grocery stores, gas stations, and streaming services, and 1% back on everything else. You'll then get paid $15 every year just to keep the card and 0% interest for a full year after you open up your account. So hopefully you can see why I'm so excited about this card because it has no fee and just gives you tons of money. A bunch up front in the short term and then tons in the midterm and long term if you spend in those categories. Now this offer first came out when the card was launched on June 8th, 2020. And I believe it runs until August 9th, 2020. After that point, they'll probably change the offer. My guess is they'll bump it down to a $150 bonus. We'll see. There's no way to really tell right now, but offers come and go. However, it will likely go down from where it is now for a period of time before we ever see it come back up. So regardless, if this card fits your needs, if it fits your spending habits, if you want some cash up front with the ability to carry a balance at no interest, if you need to during this time, get this card. I'll put a link down in the description below. And you know how all that makes me feel, right? So with all that said, you guys, I hope that was very, very helpful. If you do not have any sort of credit profile built up for yourself, make sure you go get that secured credit card and use it very consistently and responsibly for the first 6 to 12 months before you get any other of the 5 main cards that we went over today. If you already have that initial foundation built up for yourself, that initial credit profile, at least a score in the mid to high 600s or better, then you can go ahead and apply for any of those 5 cards. They'll be great for you. Most of them have a nice sign-up bonus up front. Or in the case of Discover, it'll double all the rewards you make in your first year. So all the cards give you massive value up front and also over the long term. So my personal advice for you guys is to take a look at where you spend the most amount of your money and then match that to the right card that captures a nice return on those categories. Now for me personally, I've been in the credit card game for a long time, building up a very solid profile for myself. That's why I have 4 out of the 5 main cards mentioned, and also why I plan to add that 5th card pretty soon too, because this card is so freakishly amazing. Now, why would I want to have so many of these? Well, personally, I like to maximize the value of what I spend on. So for example, the Amazon card, I just leave that on my Amazon account. I don't really use it for the 2% categories at gas or pharmacies, for example. I just use it mostly for Amazon purchases. So I got the card, I hooked it up to my Amazon account, and I just leave it there. So whenever I buy stuff on Amazon, I just earn 5% back without even thinking about it. I also have the Discover It cashback credit card plus the Chase Freedom card, because even though both have rotating 5% cashback categories, they oftentimes are not in sync with each other. So while the Discover card might be earning 5% back at gas stations, the Freedom card might be earning 5% back at dining. And then there's the Citi Double Cash card to earn on non-bonus spend. What I mean by that is if one of the other cards I have does not have a bonus tier, like 2 or 3 or 5% on something, then I only earn 1% otherwise. So I might as well use the Citi Double Cash card to earn 2% no matter what on those non-bonus categories. A couple examples might be utilities that you pay for your house or your apartment, healthcare services or purchases, and department stores. So for all you beginners out there who are just getting started, find the one card that makes the most sense for you right now based on your spending habits. You want to choose the one that will give you the most cash back up front and in the mid to long term as you keep it over the years. And then you can always get your second and third cards, or as many as you like, going forward to maximize additional categories. If you enjoyed this video and believe it could benefit others, then please help me get it in front of more people by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications so you don't ever miss any of these awesome uploads that I put out for you guys. I'd also love to know which card you have your eye on. Please let me know in the comments down below. Happy to answer any questions and help you make a decision if you're debating between 2 or 3 different cards. I'll see you guys again soon, and remember, you are great.